here. For the lemon. Doesn't really say how many, but we're going to use 3. So let's wash those down. Because we're not going to peel them, we're just going to slice them. And you don't have to do just one thing. Hey, Cheeky, how you doing? So, rag in here. My hands wet. Okay. So, what we're going to do, you can see this. Yeah. And you don't need to pick out the seeds or anything. Just slice them into quarters and chuck them in the jar. And we got about 4 minutes left on our dough for the bagels. So we should get this one done. We'll go back to our dough. Yeah, I suppose we could do 4, but trust me, 3 of them should be more than enough to give this a nice lemony flavor. So basically, we've exposed the inner sides of the lemon in 4 quarters. Put them in there. See, actually 3 pretty much fills it up. Then, all we're going to do is pour in our vodka. Again, better quality vodka is going to taste better in the long run, but any vodka will do. You know, some of the cheap stuff. And yes, Cheeky, I am making some vodka for the next gaming stream next Sunday because I am totally out. Now, the lemon may not be ready, but some of the others, like the cucumbers, will be. They only take less than a week. The lemons, they recommend you let them infuse for about 2 weeks. So, and that is basically it. Usually they recommend that about every day you go in and shake them up a little bit because there is a little bit of air at the top and you don't want some of the fruits just sticking up there. So, and actually there was one which called for, Cheeky, lemon, lime, and orange. Unfortunately, I neglected to order any limes or oranges, so all I have is lemons. So, let me take care of this. So we'll probably do another lemon one, just so we have 2 going. But we'll do that here in a little bit. By the way, hopefully the music and the sound is okay. One is not too loud for the other. If it is, please let me know. Okay, well actually we got 1.5 minutes left. Let's see. One of the other ones we were going to do was a cucumber, so let me get some cucumbers. So we got a bunch of cucumbers. Bought these little ones for making some pickles just with these. But then I also have just the regular style cucumbers for both the pickling and also for pickles. So we will set those aside for now. I'm starting to run out of space. Let me check my water. Computer, stop. Hopefully I didn't screw up that camera too much. Let's see. Bit. I am using Colonial Club. It's fairly cheap. You can get it at Amazon. They only really had two kinds. This one, the Colonial Club, and this one, Kamchatka, I think is how you pronounce it. And to be honest, I think the Colonial Club tastes better. So they're both cheap brands, but got a little bit of this left. May use it for something, but I've got like 4 jugs of the Colonial Club just for making the infused vodka. So what I need, let's see. Yep. Starting to boil. And hopefully it'll be boiling by the time we are ready for it. So, our dough. Actually, looks like it rose a little bit. As you can see, it's fogging up the cellophane a little bit. That's a good sign. So it's basically saying at this point, okay, this is where we basically make them, shape them. We'll put them on the greased pan and let them sit, I think, for how long? Cover and let rise 20 more minutes. So, pan ready. Get our dough ready. Okay. So actually, do I need to even roll it out? Let's see. Yeah, I probably, oh yeah. Okay. Cover, let rise 10, cut into 12 portions. Actually, don't need to even roll it out or anything. So, ooh, that's nice. Just came right out of there. Now it said this makes about 12 of them, so actually I should put it on here. This cutting board is my pride and joy. I've had this for like 30 years. It's hard to get a nice wooden one like this without paying a bundle anymore. So, it says 12. Oh, by the way, got lemon infused, so I'll put it away. I usually put the jars of infused vodka in the pantry with the door closed. That way they're not too exposed to light. Doesn't really matter, but that way they're not in direct sunlight or anything like that, or heating up too much. Come on. Okay. Well, there's half. Yeah. Trying to be too nice. Just get it done. Getting a little sticky. Shouldn't have put that flour away. Usually just helps to have a little flour on your hands to get past the stickiness. So that way it's not sticking to your hands. I think you guys can see this. Yeah. Let me make sure I had the camera right. So at this rate, I'm going to have 8. What if I do this one differently? Yeah, probably should have done it that way. That's going to give us 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll just go with 10. These will be a little bit bigger. So basically, we're going to roll them into a ball. I would think yes. You don't want it too cold, but you don't want it too hot. Room temperature is fine. But I would say definitely keep it out of direct sunlight. And you should be fine. That's why I usually just stick it on the floor in the pantry. And with the door closed, very little light gets in. Okay. Make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah. So, put the shape into a smooth ball. And obviously it's not that smooth. You got a little imperfections there. But then you just kind of make a hole. And then you just kind of try to shape it. Set into 1.5 to 2 inch. So, I mean, basically, this is very similar, I think, to how you'd make a donut. But we're going for bagels. Obviously, a little thicker. So, we have our first bagel. I don't know if you can see that. So, actually there. So, we're going to put it on our pan. We'll go on to the next one. Unfortunately, this is a smaller pan. I've got a bigger one. Hey, Glam, how you doing? Well, we're already well into the bagels. We've already mixed the flour and the yeast and all that. Right now, we've already let it sit for about 10 minutes. Now we are shaping the bagel. Did I say donuts? I might have. We're shaping the bagels now. Some of these are going to be too small. Some are going to be too big. And unlike what you get in a store, these are definitely not going to be perfectly round. Usually they look kind of misshapen and like something out of a Frankenstein movie. But it's the taste. And I meant to go with adding something in to the dough, like a herb mixture. But I forgot. Like I said, this is an entirely ad hoc stream. Little or no prep, so I'm kind of doing it as we go along. I'm even checking the cookbook as we go. So, but we do have, where is it? For our toppings on the bagels, we have everything bagel seasoning. I don't know if you can see that well. So basically, we will take some egg yolks and brush it over the top of the bagels just before we bake them and sprinkle that on, and boom. There's some other things you can do, like fried onions. I mean, basically anything you've ever bought in a store you can put on these things or in them. Hopefully they'll be ready enough. We can try one towards the end of stream. I need more flour on my fingers. So we're going to have some small ones, we're going to have some medium ones, and we're going to have like 4 big ones. And let's see, these need to raise. Yep, fresh bagels. Well, hopefully. As I was mentioning before you came, I haven't made bagels in like 15, 20 years. So it's not that hard, but I've had some bad experiences with the recent batch of yeast that I have. I've been using some in a bread making machine to just make some quick loaves, and sometimes it just doesn't rise very well. But it appears to be working for this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, may have to make some room here. My bigger baking sheet is dirty. I didn't get a chance to clean it. So how you guys doing? You having a good Sunday? It's nice cool temperatures here in Ohio. Had some rain overnight. But yep, got the windows open, nice and cool. It helps with the kitchen because it's a little warm in here right now with the stove and eventually the oven going. Yeah, see, that one's going to have a little divot in the side. Whoop, there it is. But still, I'm not making them with machines or molds or anything, just doing them by hand. Hey, Andy. Actually, you missed the first infused vodka. We did a lemon one, but we're going to do some more. Ah, got your groceries done. Hopefully you got some good stuff. And as Cheeky already figured out, the infused vodka, I'm making it so that I have more for my gaming streams, which I'm going to be resuming starting next Sunday. Now that work will allow it. May have to do 2 sheets. This stuff, when it rises, could get in each other's way. Because I still got 4 more to go, and I don't have a lot of space left on that. Formula 1 season opener GP, and it was a good one. Sweet. I've been losing some weight. Doesn't feel like it. The beer belly's there, trust me. I actually need to exercise more. And now that the weather's turning, hopefully we'll be able to take Bowser out more often, and we can maybe try a stream up around the lake. He loves to water every bush and plant and tree. And if he sees a squirrel, he's going to try to climb the tree after it. Except he doesn't get very far. But it's kind of funny to watch. I've never actually streamed from my phone. So I've seen other people do it. So I may have to do like an experimental one first just to see if I can get it working before I actually try it with Bowser. Alright, we're almost done here. Got 2 more to go. And, oh, our water may be boiling. Hang on. Oh, yes, we got a nice boil going. Actually, we still got 20 minutes for this dough to rise, so I probably should have started that water later. Let's see, that'd be cool. We just agreed to go to walks again with my neighbor since the weather is getting pretty nice. Yep. Spring, I think, is officially here in the Northern Hemisphere. Still a few cool days, but I think the snow and nastiness is over. Considering it's almost April, I would hope so. Yeah, see, some of these are going to be tiny. Looks like we may have a couple that'll be biggish, and then a couple of small ones and some medium ones. And it's going to be a tiny one too. These are those that I cut into 6 portions. Still, they should raise enough. Okay. here is what we came up with. So basically, it called for 12. I got, what, 3, 6, 9, 10 out of them. And thankfully, due to the size of this baking sheet, that's all it's really going to fit. And even then, some of these may end up touching. So now we let it sit and rise for 20 minutes. And versus using the cellophane. Yeah, let's use the cellophane. That'll help. Now. Should be enough to just help it rise a little bit. Computer, set dough timer for 20 minutes.
Dough timer, 20 minutes, starting now.
And we'll go ahead and just give it some added protection on the sides. So that's what we got. We'll let this sit for about 20 minutes, let it rise. And I think the next step is we stick it in the broiler. So let's get to some more vodka. Let's clean up our workspace. Some cooks I've seen clean up everything after they complete something and then move on to the next. If you're going to reuse something, obviously you need to. But sometimes I just set stuff aside if I don't need it anymore and just afterwards clean it up. So but again, everybody does things differently. It generally all works, just preferences. So gale force winds here. Oh, wow. We had some bad winds cutting through the U.S. and I think into Canada a couple days ago. A lot of damage, power outages and stuff. All right, let's go on to our vodka again. So we're going to make 2 of the lemon infused. So we use 3 lemons. Actually, I got 3 left. I may make some more, but I may hold those off for something else. Oh, that's right. There's some others. Actually, hang on. There was one recipe I saw. It calls for an onion pepper infused vodka. No, it doesn't require the lemons. So we'll try that one next. So, let's wash our lemons. And again, we're not going to peel them. We're just going to cut them into quarters. And drop them in the mason jar. And just fill it up with vodka. Now again, the lemon infused, those take about 2 weeks or more to get a good flavor. And I just use these big mouth mason jars. They work pretty good for both the vodka and also for pickles. Matter of fact, for the vodka, once you're done infusing, you have to strain it. And I use this to strain it out. Just pour this over like a pot or something. All the junk you just throw away, but not always. For instance, I made a blueberry vodka, and you can save the blueberries for baking and stuff. Or if you just want to eat a couple. They have a nice little vodka kick to them. But I wouldn't keep them too long. Now, other fruits like strawberries, no, you don't want to eat those. After the infusion, they are pretty whitish looking and bleached. Just want to toss those puppies. And with the lemons, it's kind of similar. I suppose you could... lemons. I suppose you could try to suck on one if you want, but I'm not sure you'd want to. Yeah, I did set a timer. I want to make sure on the dough. Okay. And like I was telling Cheeky earlier, oh, they're over here. I am using a cheap Colonial Club vodka. Just get it from Amazon. Obviously, you can use more expensive vodkas, and it'll probably taste better, but I'm a slob. This will work for me. Hope you can see that. On my screen, it looks small. Hopefully, it's big enough on yours. So yeah, one of these bottles, and this one was already opened, will pretty much make 2 mason jars full. And change. Actually, still got a touch left. And basically, you just store these, preferably in a dry place where they're undisturbed, and about once a day, shake them a little bit. Just get things mixing. And there you go. In about 2 weeks, this will be drinkable. So, we got time. We can make another simple infused cucumber. One of my favorites. And with the cucumbers, they're a little bit different. Sure, I got the... It just calls for 1 large cucumber, chopped up, and mixed in with, it actually says an entire bottle of this, but I'm just doing a mason jar. So let's get a big one here. Here we go. So, we leave the skin on. However, we do scoop out the seeds. You don't want the seeds in there. So, let's wash this. Cut it up a bit. That was for the dough. I don't need that one. I found just cutting them into coin sizes works pretty good. Bad spot on the end there. There we go. Nice clean cucumber. Our jar is ready. And as I was saying earlier, I use these wide mouth jars versus smaller mouth jars. Easier to get stuff in and out. So, actually, wait a minute. Not coins. I said that wrong. Actually, it does say to peel off the skin in this one recipe. Yeah. I must have been confusing that with pickles. So, nice little peeler here, and we'll just go ahead and peel it really quickly. Like I said, totally ad hoc. A lot of this stuff I didn't prep for. One from memory, we're going back to the books. I suppose if you have a house with like a compost heap, yeah, I said that right. You can obviously save off your peelings and the seeds and stuff. Obviously, I live in an apartment, so I do not. So, cut this thing lengthways. And we'll take a small spoon. And I'm just going to scoop out the seeds. Usually, you can just start on one end. And yeah, like this. I'm going to do this over the sink, but I was just going to show you here. But then just a continuous motion in the sink, scraping out all the seeds. And you're left with this. So we'll do the other one real quick. And you want to use cucumbers that have not started to go bad or soft. If they're already soft, they're not going to work for you. So I think it's you just roughly chop them, it says. We should use a bigger cutting board. Actually, slice them in half again. They don't have to be small or large. Basically, the more surface area, the more the vodka will bleach or leach the flavor out. And these cucumber infused vodkas, they have a nice crisp taste. I really enjoy them. I think it's no, that's pickles I'm thinking. Never mind. So, go ahead and get it in the jar. Let's get our hands dirty. And it really only calls for one. You could put in two if you want. But we need to save some for our pickles. Okay. So, last of this jug. Hey, Tink. Sounds like hopefully you got some sleep since last night. Okay. Open up another jug. Now the cucumbers, this one should be done in a few days, but I'm just going to strain it out next Saturday so it's ready for Sunday. So, no problem, Tink. Get some rest. You did a great stream there the other day. First 24-hour stream I tried to stay up for. And I ended up falling asleep. Just get you some vodka and a cucumber and go at it, cheeky. It's really easy. It should be, like I said, tasteable and drinkable within a couple of days, but I usually give it about a week just to let it leach all the flavor out. And like I said, just strain it. So all you have left is a liquid, and boom. Again, just like the lemon, put it in a nice dark place on a daily basis, shake it a bit, just so that not one piece is like always at the top near the air bubbles. So. Okay, how much time? We still got 8 minutes on the bagels, on that dough. So let's try this one new recipe I found. Actually, I found a couple new ones. This one calls for... Oh, man, this is an industrial size. I mean, it's saying you should put it in a 60-ounce glass jar. Well, these are not 60 ounces. I mean, these are what? 24 ounces. But it calls for red peppers, green peppers, yellow onions, jalapenos, rosemary sprigs, and thyme sprigs. And I have all that. So, that one, though, I think we may hold off until the bagels are done, because that's going to take a little more time. So let's do another, let's see, how many cucumbers we got left? 2, 4, 6. I got 9 left. Gonna need a bunch of those for the pickles. So let's just do one more of the cucumber vodka. Chop off the ends. And we're gonna peel it. And basically be a repeat of what we just did. We'll slice it in half. We will scoop out the seeds, chop it up, dump it in the jar, and pour it in the vodka. If you're interested in infusing not just vodka, but any liquids, I mean, there are tons of recipes out there. Just start searching on infusion. And a lot of people make these not just for straight drinking, but for making into cocktails, which I haven't tried, but sounds like a good idea. Oop, didn't slice that properly. And we've got our spoon here. We're going to scoop out the seeds again. Actually, I kind of hate to waste the seeds. I probably should put them in a bowl and chomp on them. Nice and crisp. Okay. So we got these again. Really should have pulled out a bigger cutting board for these. Got about 5 minutes left on our bagels. Hopefully they're rising, which means we should get a good edible batch. If not, basically what I showed you is maybe how not to make bagels. And we fill her up. So this will make 2 batches of the lemon and 2 batches of the cucumber. Should last a while, as long as I don't die repeatedly in a certain video game next Sunday. Yeah, we're rethinking that 1 shot per death thing. Okay. Still got plenty in this jug. And I still got 2 more. And there we go. Got a nice jar all ready to just sit and wait. Okay, we got maybe 3 minutes on the bagels. And for those, let's see. Russ, 20 minutes, broil them, then we boil them. So let's make sure our water is back up to boil. It is, sort of. And the broiler, let's get that going. Take this off of here, because we don't want it getting hot when that oven starts up. Unfortunately, my broiler is not that great, so not sure how well it's going to work out. Oh. Convenient place to store some dishes, apparently. Put this out of the way. I had those in the oven. We're supposed to go with the next dishwasher load. Okay. Rack up there. Broiler. Yeah, the broiler in this oven has never really worked well. They've tried to come out and fix it on multiple occasions, but never were able to. I've been trying to get them just replace the entire oven, but they haven't done that either. Come on, just lay there. So, as I've said, this is not a themed cooking stream. It's just some shit that I've been doing. But I think I did say I was going to try to do these once a month. I'm not sure if I'm overreaching or not, but I think we're going to do a Fallout cooking stream next month. Got the Fallout cooking book, and we'll see how that turns out. Okay, we're almost done with the bagels. Yeah, I don't know if the broiling is going to work very well, but we'll try it. So it says to broil them. I thought something was going over. Cover the rice. Broil 5 inches, 3 to 4 minutes. Well, considering my broiler isn't really working, we're going to put it right up next to it and keep an eye on it. So we'll maybe do 3 minutes and see how it looks. It supposedly, I believe, helps with the rubbery texture along with the boiling. And that's what the pot of water is for. Computer, stop.
Done.
Okay. And they were rising a bit. As you can see, some of them rose a little bit better than others. So the broiler, I don't know if it's fully working yet, but we'll try it. Computer, set timer for 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Starting now.
Okay, so probably going to try one more infused vodka. Then we're going to start on the pickles after the bagels are done. Let's see, do we have time? Yeah, because we're going to stick them in the oven for about 30 minutes. So at that point, we could try that really fancy infused vodka with the peppers and stuff. And then we can move on to some pickles while those are baking. So, finish is okay. Now, set before baking, brush top with a beaten egg. So, going to need an egg. Yeah, I don't think I need more than one. Brush. We have something to beat that in. Okay. Probably overkill to use this whisk, but it just does a better job. And we'll use this beaten egg to brush on the top of the bagels before we put it in the oven. Just give it a nice glaze. And then, like I said, we will use these to sprinkle on the top. So basic generic bagels, nothing too fancy, but easy enough. Okay. Oh, what do we, oh, I know we're waiting on the broiler. Can't see a darn thing. I'm starting to get hungry. I didn't even have any lunch. Let's see if I missed anything here. Agreed to go for walks. Trying to go for a walk when the ice and packed snow. Melting pretty suicidal. Yep. Gale force winds. Tank is still recovering. Computer. Stop. Hey, Blue Jay. See, yeah, the cucumber. I think you'd like the cucumber. If you like vegetables and you like the crisp taste of a cucumber, the infused cucumber vodka is really good. Let's see, 1 shot per first death in a fight area would be better. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. This one I'm in, though, I kept getting killed, so I may just not do any for that and see if I can get out of it. So, all right, let's check our boiler. Nope. Oh, broiler's kind of going, but just not very well. Yes, he won't even let me raise the temperature on it. Computer, set timer for 3 minutes.
3
All right,
minutes.
it said 3 to 5 on the broiler, but I think we're going to give it 6-ish total, since that broiler isn't very good. And that's where we will basically, we're heating the water. Should be at a boil. Oh, that's a little hot. Yep. Set this aside. Cool down a bit, actually. Sit on this. I think you can see, yeah, you can see the pot. And we boil these things, let's see. 4 or 5 bagels for 7 minutes, turning once, and then you drain. So, we have a place to put those. We'll use this to take our bagels out of the boiling water and let them drain on this so they can just drain into the plate and we should be good. Oh my God, the MZ Plays is here. My poor little podunk stream. It has been visited by a goddess. Hey Aries, how you doing? Okay, so we'll set this over here. So for those of you that just came in, we're in the midst of making our bagels. Hopefully they turn out good. They're in the broiler right now. And we're going to take those out, boil them a little bit. Then we will stick them in the oven, and they should be done in about 30 minutes. In the meantime, we have made a couple of infused vodkas, the lemon and the cucumbers, 2 of the easier ones. I'm also planning on trying a new one, which calls for peppers, some hot peppers, and some other things. And that's what we'll try as soon as we get the bagels in the oven. And then after that, we are just going to make some normal pickles, canned jarred pickles. They are not for long-term storage. That takes additional steps. These are just short-term. They're good for about a week or more, as long as you keep them refrigerated. And I go through them, so I love them. So, and our timer's done. Computer, stop. Okay, that's the broiler. Actually, though, let's go ahead and set the oven for 375. And now we boil these puppies. So, sticking a little. We can do these in 2 batches. kind of losing their shape a little bit. And computer, set timer for 3.5 minutes.
3 minutes and 30 seconds. Starting now.
Heat a little bit more. And then when those are done, after about 7 minutes, we'll put in the next batch. And let's see. Just put this lid out of the way.